with OpenAI leading the market and Musk's XAI still growing, this could be about ensuring more competition in the space. Musk has also filed a lawsuit claiming that OpenAI has deviated from its original mission, and we're waiting to see kind of how that plays out. So I guess the big question from all of this and why Elon Musk is deciding to do this, I wanted to kind of get your take on it, Eric. But the big question is this just part of natural evolution of AI competition, or could it shape the way AI companies are structured and regulated in the future?
Yeah. Oh man, that's another tough question. I don't have a good strong opinion, or I'm not getting that knee jerk reaction I normally do on questions like that. But I do think, just in general, I think it's interesting. The for profit motive, obviously, that drives innovation, that drives more technological advancement if you have more for profit technology providers. But AI being such a big thing that's going to influence, and it already is influencing so many parts of our lives and commerce, I can see why there's a strong movement to keep OpenAI and other AI models, not for profit. In other words, more focused on societal impact and things like that. I'm a big, I'll caveat this next comment by saying I'm actually a big fan of Elon Musk. I admire his work. I tend to follow him and admire a lot of what he does. But with this, I mean, you identified a potential conflict of interest here, in his potential buyout of OpenAI with his XAI. XAI, I presume, is for profit. And if he's trying to keep a competitor from becoming profitable, that might suggest, that's the real reason why he was trying to do this semi attempt to buy OpenAI. I also wonder, just as a side note, I wonder, his role in the Trump administration in the U.S. government. I do wonder if there's going to be a conflict of interest there too, especially because AI is going to become such a hot topic for politicians and things of that nature in the coming years. And so I think it's something you just have to take with a grain of salt and recognize that he, just like most capitalist people, is going to, pursue his self-interest. And obviously he's very good at it. That's why he's the wealthiest person in the world, is because he's kind of the epitome of capitalism. So you kind of have to look at that and say, well, he does have his own self-interest as well. Is there a conflict of interest there? But as far as whether OpenAI or AI in general should be for profit, or whether it should be focused on society, or whether it should be highly regulated and managed by someone that's not trying to squeeze profit out of it, I don't have a strong opinion on that. Honestly, I think there's too much we have to learn about it before I could have a strong opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember back a couple months ago when we were talking about this topic about how Elon was urging everybody to be wary of AI and slow
Yeah,
down the
slow
development of
down.
AI. And you're like, "Oh, well, I wonder what will happen, or if he's just saying that because of his own AI." So I think you kind of called a little bit of this back in the day whenever that episode aired, but that was an
Yeah, he's
interesting point.
he's a very smart and crafty business person. So you kind of have to assume that there's something he's doing there that's going to give him some self interest. But he also is, like with Twitter slash X. When he bought Twitter slash X, of course he wanted to make a profit, but he was also doing it because he believed in the platform's potential for free speech, and he wanted to stop the censorship and all the stuff that he perceived to be happening on X. So I do think he does have like his own pretty strong opinions of how business should be and the way society should be. So I think he does infuse that into his capitalist approach. But to know which he's leading with or which is the driver of this particular case, I don't.